Aston Martin has always been more than just a car company. It is a brand built on desire, emotion, and drama. From the moment the company began in 1913, its founders wanted to create cars that felt alive, cars that didn't simply move a person from one place to another but made the journey unforgettable. Over many decades, Aston Martin became a symbol of British luxury, of handcrafted quality, and of that rare feeling of style that you cannot measure with numbers. It became a brand people didn't just buy but admired. And nothing pushed that admiration higher than its long, cinematic connection to James Bond. The partnership between Aston Martin and the James Bond films is one of the most powerful brand relationships in modern culture. It transformed Aston Martin into something more than metal and engineering. It became part of a fantasy, a lifestyle, a story people wanted to be part of. And behind that fantasy lies one of the smartest business strategies the company has ever used, turning the Bond legacy into limited edition cars and accessories that sell at huge premiums. These 007-themed products have become some of the most profitable items in the Aston Martin universe, and they show how a luxury brand can turn emotion into revenue. Aston Martin's special division called Q plays the biggest role in this strategy. Q is where the brand's imagination becomes real. It's a team of designers, engineers, and craftspeople who take the base car and transform it into something rare, personal, and full of story. This is where the 007 editions come to life. These models often have unique paint colors, special stitching, film-inspired interior designs, gold or silver accents, badges you can't get anywhere else, and small touches that make buyers feel like they are stepping into a piece of movie history. And for Aston Martin, that feeling is valuable. Very valuable. Take the 007 special editions that Aston Martin has released over the years. Many of these models cost significantly more than the standard version of the same car. A normal Aston Martin is already expensive, but the 007 edition often adds around 6 figures on top of the base price. This premium is not because the car suddenly uses radically different technology or drastically more expensive parts. The added cost mostly comes from design elements, custom interior work, limited edition production, and storytelling. That storytelling is where the real money is made, because what customers are paying for is the feeling of owning something connected to the world's most famous secret agent. Accessories are an even more profitable part of this strategy. Aston Martin sells a range of official accessories for its cars, and when these accessories are tied to the 007 theme, the markup becomes even greater. A carbon fiber mirror cap, a special key, a set of unique wheels, or a leather interior upgrade may not cost much to produce compared to the retail price. Accessories in the luxury car world usually have some of the highest profit margins in the entire business. While a regular car might have a manufacturing margin in the range of 30%, accessories can easily reach margins of 50%, 60%, or sometimes even higher. This is because they require much less labor, less raw material, and no new engineering. What the customer is really buying is exclusivity. For Aston Martin, the 007 accessories take this concept to an even higher level. These accessory pieces are limited, branded, and emotionally linked to the Bond world. Even something small, like a special set of wheel caps or a leather pouch with a 007 engraving, becomes a premium product that can cost many times more than a non-branded version. And because they are limited, buyers feel pressure to purchase quickly, knowing that once they are gone forever. This scarcity effect increases demand, which increases price, which increases profit. It is a simple formula, but Aston Martin executes it with elegance. The real genius behind all this is that Aston Martin has found a way to turn a connection to a fictional character into real financial power. The Bond partnership allows Aston Martin to create products that sit at the intersection of luxury, nostalgia, and aspiration. People are not just buying a car or an accessory. They are buying a dream. They are buying a symbol that represents confidence, danger, mystery, and charm. This emotional value is something no manufacturing machine can produce, but it is something customers are willing to pay an enormous amount of money for. Profit margins on these 007 editions are almost definitely higher than on regular cars. While the company does not publicly reveal the exact margin of each special edition vehicle, it does make clear in its financial reports that limited editions and bespoke models are some of its most profitable products. And when you consider that a 007 edition often sells for £100,000 more than its standard counterpart, but does not cost anywhere near that much extra to build, the math becomes obvious. This is a business strategy built on emotion, heritage, and storytelling. And it works. But there is another layer to the story. For Aston Martin, these 007 editions are not just about making money. They are also about protecting the brand's identity. In the world of luxury cars, image is everything. Customers are not loyal because of horsepower or technology alone. They are loyal because of how a brand makes them feel. So by reinforcing the bond connection again and again, Aston Martin keeps that emotional link alive in the minds of its buyers. Every 007 edition reminds the world that Aston Martin is not just a car you drive. It is a lifestyle you enter. At the same time, these special editions help the company survive financially in a very competitive market. Luxury car builders face high costs, economic pressure, and intense rivalry from brands that produce more cars at lower cost. For Aston Martin, the 007 editions act almost like limited edition art pieces. They are low volume but high margin creations that inject large bursts of profit into the company. They also attract global attention, reminding the world that Aston Martin is still relevant, still desirable, still iconic. This strategy reveals something important about luxury brands in general. The real product is not the metal, the leather, or the engine. The real product is the meaning behind it. Aston Martin understands this perfectly. The 007 editions are living proof that storytelling is one of the most profitable tools in business. By selling emotion, rarity, and identity, Aston Martin turns its cars, and even its accessories, into symbols that people treasure. And in a world where luxury is built on feeling, that symbolism is worth more than any material. In the end, the price of the 007 editions shows how powerful a brand can become when it ties itself to a cultural icon. The profit margins are high, the demand is strong, and the emotional value is unmatched. Aston Martin has mastered the art of taking something simple, like a design detail or a custom accessory, and elevating it into an experience that customers will pay dearly for. It is a reminder that in the luxury world, the strongest currency is not money, but imagination.